Hate to say without you, fucking lethal. Welcome. UFC 323 about to take place in the next couple of days. Hate to say without you, lethal, but the show goes on. I'm MMA Toad. I've been doing MMA picks now for almost 6 years. Started off just small circle of friends, family, Facebook, not even YouTube, not even anything. Didn't really do anything with IG. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's all fucking boomers on Facebook. Everyone's over on IG. And oh, look, the fighters are here and they're very interactive. So when I found out I was going to UFC 300, I said enough with the bullshit. I guess I'll put it out there on a more noticeable platform, and didn't have a private profile on IG, decided to make public, and so we became MMA Toad. Shout out to MERAB, because part of the journey to UFC 300, you'll see it on the profile on my IG. My very first fight interview was with the fucking goated bantamweight himself, MERAB, and it was a fantastic honor and privilege to get to speak with him, shake his hand, just talk to him, even ever so briefly. Very awesome, funny personality. Outside of the quick little clip asking about his prediction about Aljo, interested in that come up, that, you know, that extra 10 pounds on a guy who had to be pretty much a big weight bully to even do what he was doing at bantamweight. It was also me gauging MERAB, knowing that, okay, there's this dynamic as a teammate that if it didn't exist, is MERAB better than Aljo? Would he be champ, right? And I told myself yes. I absolutely believed MERAB was very dominant, and just the amount of takedowns and the stamina and cardio, and the fact that he didn't seem to get bothered by hardly any damage. Like, I just knew MERAB would be a fucking problem. So flash forward, here he is, most active champion, saving the year. Obviously, flowers to fucking Poetan, doing it best. And at his weight class, a little bit more impressive to me, in the sense that, man, like, you could sustain some big time fucking damage, even if you're winning a fight, and he just kept at it. But, you know, MERAB in his own regards out here doing it. And excited for the rematch with Piotr Jan. He's given this his last go. It's clear in his training that he's putting all of his fucking eggs on this in the basket for this one fight. If he loses this fight with MERAB, I think you'll see near future retired Piotr Jan. I can't see him in a sense of pride wanting to drop in the rankings and have some of these tougher matchups, knowing he probably ain't getting another title fight, right? So without further ado, cheers. Thank you guys for tapping in this week, and let's enjoy it. It's the last card of the year, and I'm expecting some full, complete fights. I'm not expecting all these fights to be finishes, despite I had some fun on Tapology with round props, and maybe a few of those I'm expecting maybe an upset finish, just because there's one thing that can be true about 2025, and the same to be said about 2024. You take these same fights and you put them in the Apex, entirely fucking different, right? You start putting them in front of live audiences. You start putting asses in seats, and fights that don't theoretically go a certain way all the time happen just like that. Or the things you expect to happen, sometimes you get one of those crazy highlight KO of the year moments. You know what I mean? We've had some pretty good recent activity in that realm, and there's some big names on this card at the end of the day. Some of the biggest for their weight classes. So I am very excited for this one. Cheers. Much love, guys. Giving away one of my picks, but that's not to say I'm not a huge fucking Tatsuro Taira fan, because I am. This is another painful fight for me. Much like Volk and Diego, you know, it's like one of those, I want both of you to win, but man, at this point, I look at this and go, yeah, Moreno's taking his time to come back. If he's losing to an up-and-coming guy, in his own regard, his own morality drops heavily, right? Not to say that I can't imagine him being around for some fun fights. A lot of his top of his reign was against the same guy. There's some good Moreno fights out there still, but he's also up there in his time and his veteranship. Moreno's been around a minute, and you know, he's got a family too. He's very family driven. Tatsuro Taira's here, much like Joshua Van, Morales, Talbot. I mean, there's some young fucking talent that is going to be here for a minute. So even if they don't get champ in this current run, they're certainly future champs in my opinion, because they're leveling up off this like premium top of the world fucking MMA experience. I mean, they are getting both a good, chance at some of the guys who've established this world in the last, 8 years, are fucking pioneers essentially. And not like the early settlers, right? That's the era before, but I mean the guys that really brought this shit alive again, right? They're getting to fight those guys, level up at the top of the world experience. You can certainly bet they're going to be champs. So that's another thing I'll add to that rant. Just respect the young talent, even if they don't get these wins, they'll be around. So flowers to Tazra Tyra. You're still my boy, but I gotta do you like this week, bro. I got Moreno all day. Fucking nerd. He's out there building Legos and opening Pokemon cards and wrestling Mikey. He's a fucking nerd, but I love that dude. And I got a big shoebox right there full of all his shit. Golds. Don't got a 1 out of 1, but I got a 1 out of 5. I mean, Moreno's my fucking boy. So pound for pound, one of the hardest bites in the whole world for the size of the dog, Brandon fucking Moreno. That guy is insanely fucking grit. You gotta respect it. I don't give a fuck what you think about the quadrilogy and how them fights all went. Moreno, he's only lost to some of these top guys. And man, has he been a fucking... He's been tough in all these. I mean, the fight with Royval was frustrating. I felt like, I don't know, Royval, he's another one of those guys that certainly doesn't get the credit where the credit's due. That guy's tough too. But, man, he did not... I could rant all day about Royval. My big thing, by the way, with Joshua Van and him is, where is the grappling at in that fight? I think Royval was paid to fucking just try to strike with a dude who's clearly a better striker than him. So, anyways, done fucking ranting, but there goes one of my picks. And without further ado, shout out also Terrence McKinney. He's one of the dudes that pretty active in the community. Talked to him a few times. I'm pretty sure down the road I'd like to set a fight interview up with him and some of our other warriors, the Mud Hut. But he's a real one for sure. Funny to talk to. Cool dude. Wishing him the best. First round madness. Bet under 1.5. Duncan's tough. He can take it. But man, when McKinney hurts guys, he's also looking for opportunities to submit guys and get his own finishes. Like, it's not just a, car crash, brawl mentality. But we know that, big shots can make him get fucked up too. So, again, respect to McKinney. Hoping he gets it done. Duncan's a killer. I love that fight. And fight by finish. Guaranteed it. I quit doing this if that fight goes to the judges. So, all right, guys, much love. Here we go. Normally, this is the part where I chill the fuck out, have it, just chill. Think about, the card a little bit more. Pass it to my man Lethal. Again, much love. Hope work's going good for you, buddy. And shout out to Pro Schmo, Dino, and Dana. If I end up working with you guys tomorrow and breaking down this card and chilling, kicking, that'd be dope too. But I'll be in chat no matter what. So y'all just let me know. Love what you guys are doing over there. Fucking good mix of humor, good mix of knowledge, sharp, just a cool ass group. So, and shout out to that guy. He drives the fucking ship, son. Like, them dudes are very about it, very prepared. They'd have the fucking links to the stream strolling right now. I like the production too. It's not just MMA fucking gurus over there. They drive a good ship. So fun group. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll wear the same fucking shirt. I don't give a fuck. I'm rocking my boy till I die. So Moreno. No. All right. Starting on the early fight. Give me Santos. Yeah, he's a fucking human frog. He's got that, like, fucking sweatpants up to the belly button kind of just stature. You know what I mean? He's like a frog. And he just keeps that range. I like his kicks. Mohammed, he hasn't really impressed me. Whereas the Santos he's showing up and he's very dominant. He's very physical, and I don't see Muhammad having that physicality, and I definitely don't like him as much in the striking department. So you can stay away from round props on this one. Under over, not really interested. Santos could get the knockout, but I expect he gets a decision here. All right, so at the chopping block, we got Tricoli getting fucking assassinated by Mansur. Mansur, he's not just one of these first round kind of drag him out, knockout kind of guys. Like, he's just looking for the finish. Like, if you go to the ground with him, he's gonna cinch up some shit on the ground. I mean, he's definitely got the ability to submit your shit too, but it's because dudes are getting wobbled and dropping their heads, and there's a few of these dudes right now that are just fucking bruisers, and they continue to fight the same very lowish, tier of these prelim guys. I think at this point, you're just farming fucking knockout clips. You're just farming, people like me, I guess, knockout bets. Like, it's easy money. Just do round 1 and 2. Round 1 and 2. Fight by knockout finish. Not a bad parlay piece. Tricoli, obviously, very long, snappy, but he's neither good either where. Like, he can get fucking rocked. His jiu-jitsu is not even that good, and he's from fucking Brazil. Like, Mansur could choke him or knock his shit out, period. So he is to get the card rolling, All right, next on the card, we got Ebo fucking taking on Ewo. Another one of these Polish dudes, Polish power. True finisher. He'll get you by submission, knockout, fight by finish. Easy to, work. Fight by finish in general. If you respect Evo's ability to get the knockout, he's a first round slugger. They're not expecting this one to go into the third round. So fight to end by first, second round. I think that's a great parlay piece paired up with a fight behind it. But yeah, I got Evo in the fight. I think he gets it done. If he's smart, his team will be more on the grappling side, transitioning this fight from the clinch, edge of the octagon, taking the fight to the ground, trying to hunt for the ground and pound submission there, break him down. Just this Ebo dude, he's great on the feet. Once you get him down, start to tire him out, and he loses that power. Literally that first round, that's all he's got. You start to break and wear him down. Those hands aren't as scary, and he certainly starts to gas second, third round. So I like Ebo in that fight all day. All right, next fight on this card, Gimme Turner. Fucking easy work. I know morality was low and he left. I really haven't done my homework to find out exactly where his headspace is, the reason of coming back, the conversations. But without even looking into it, I'm going to tell you it was the morality piece was low. Financials, obviously, much other endeavors are better out there if you're looking for a true annual income. If you're losing fights, and things like that, it's tough. Other organizations, Turner could have went and boxed too, potentially, right? Kind of like battle some of these other guys. So, I got to see Tarantula fucking 300. Absolutely fucking monster of a human to be able to achieve the weight. And as the frame suggests, right? He's another one of those guys that's long in stature, the knees, the submission game. He'll cinch you up and get the finish. So I like Turner by finish in the first round knockout, and it's been a minute since we've really gotten that. He kind of choked on Moicano, and it's been downhill since. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to respect that there's a lot of rust, and so maybe a round 1 and 2 finish. So you're respecting the submission, but you get some round props in there. And this could easily be a decision, right? Just coming back in general, respecting Barbosa a little bit. The submission game ain't going to be as easily, there for him. So it's going to be more on a striking the sniper on the feet. And that's where I really like Turner. So give me Turner, but man, money line's even probably safer yet, depending the odd difference. But I could see Turner getting a finish. I think this is kind of the guy that he needs to get a finish against, or else, man, he's going to have a really weird time finding where the fuck he's going to get ranked at. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be really, really difficult to figure that out. So, a couple guys in chat real quick here. Oh, yeah. Lethal's in chat watching from work. Good shit. We're doing the Pat Saturday weigh-ins. Yeah, Friday for me, absolutely. I'm down for it, brother. You just let me know a time. Let me know a time. The later, the better. Just because I get out of work almost by like 6 o'clock. Plus, I'm on call this weekend, so I might be there wrapping some things up. And so, yeah, let's just hope there's nothing I can't resolve remotely, or else I might have to go in and be watching the fight on my phone. In my AirPod, however that looks. I've been to fucking weddings. I've never missed a fight in the last 6 years, including like the saddest day on earth of losing my mom. That was a Thursday. Well, got the weigh-ins the next day in the fight. Literally, the fight game drags me through life, and I enjoy being part of it. So rather than letting it drag me, I enjoy the drive. I enjoy the ride. Like being able to bet on some of these predictions, the homework, the research, the emotions, all these things together. Yeah, it builds a lot of fun in my life, and I absolutely fucking love this shit. So cheers to you, Lethal. Doing what you're fucking doing. Waxing them on, waxing them off, 2-3 times over, whatever it takes. Wish my piece of shit was out there, and you could give it some love, because my car, whoo, that replacement, she needs some love. Let's just say that. Let's talk numbers. This is already the most record year in my MMA sports betting of this, and that's been going on for about almost 10 years. On and off, big major events, boxing, about 10 years. But man, in this year, 2025, we are approaching almost 100 units, depending how we hit on this next card. So had one of the most profitable cards last week as well. That was a pretty good one for me. So those big parlays are hitting. The finishes are great. There's a couple of these we've just talked about. Dead to rights finish. So it's going to be fun kind of building out that 5 leg, that 6 leg on probability. But maybe 1 or 2 of those legs we get a little bit more specific, and we're picking a fighter by finish. So if you look at the Arman Sarukian submission prop, they had one other money line, and then and yeah, all the rest she wrote, easy finish props. So yeah, yep. Grats to Lethal as well. Yeah, we both have been having a good time building out, dreams, projects. I got into fucking tons of disc golf. I probably got like a $3,000 disc golf set of shit. I've enjoyed myself a little bit this year, despite going through some really shitty times, and I'm holding things down and take care of it all like a big boy, all on my own. No handouts. So the MMA game is allowing me to have a little bit of fun too in life. So have fun doing this, but then I can get this shit and buy the overpriced shit I need to go do stuff again. Like the outdoors shit is actually really stupidly expensive. And being a Michigander, you kind of want that shit if you want to go, ice fish, hunt, go do shit, ride a fucking snowmobile, all that. It's crazy to see the fucking price points of shit. So I can see why those hobbies are dying. Not as many people are getting out doing shit. It's nice to go touch grass and go find that outdoor thing when you're locked behind this fucking demonic wizardry for a fucking living. So shout out to being on call. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Please do not fucking ring or text or email. None of my fucking buzzards go off. None of my alerts go off. All things are good. No fucking Cloudflare outages. Let me watch these fucking fights, and then you guys can do whatever you want. So that sucks for me this week, but I think we'll be all right. The next 5 weeks, still going to keep the boat chugging. I'm going to be doing some content, collaborations, maybe some fight interviews during this off time, because it'd be very fucking boring. More people tuning in and that kind of stuff. Fight interviews, content, and just gaming, jamming, doing whatever. And I might even bring my tripod and do a round of disc golf with you guys or something. You might do like a live stream that way. Have some other friends on the pod, just shoot the shit, have a good ass time. I think it'd be cool. All kind of just chill out. So you guys are welcome to that. It's an idea. Nothing is official. Been getting into this really cool thing. If you guys are old school Diablo fans, called Project Diablo. New season that just dropped, pretty good ass shit. So we'll be chilling, bored as fuck, chilling, trying our best to survive without the fucking the bane of my existence. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up these prelims, and this is another controversial fight. And I see this huge fucking swarm of these white little dots in the horizon right now, and I just, it's a fucking flock of seagulls. I see these fucking things all the time, actually, now that I think of it. And it's because so many people like to copy and paste, each other's brains and ideas and emotions and bets. Well, sometimes those flock of seagulls, just simply put, are wrong. And it's nice to be one of the few people the very next day that is enjoying that highlight clip or that big plus money cash out. So I respect the Marvin Vettori pick, but here's my issue. It's easy to forgive Marvin on his last fight based on where he was in his heart, where he was in his soul. He was absolutely shattered. You want to talk about a bad weight cut? You want to talk about a fucking injury? A sword through your morality, right? That's gonna let us just say, okay, Marvin, he's got this. He'll come back. All these other guys, they're not at his level. They've never been at that level. They've never proven it at that level. And, at least he still had a fight with Allen despite not really having a fight, right? The issue I have with that is Bruno, much smaller, but he's a fucking pocket rocket, dude. This little dude, he could fucking go in there and just turn into Baby Hulk and just hit a shot that hurts a lot of guys when someone's not as defensively sound. Marvin's very good, bigger, etc. And he is pretty defensively sound, right? And he's got one of the best fucking chins out there. But you say that, why do you know someone's got a fucking good-ass chin, Lethal? The mystery question. Mystery question. How do you know somebody's got a fucking good chin? Because he get fucking punched there. Bruno is one of these motherfuckers that he's either on or he's off. And as he's gotten up in these higher levels of opposition, man, are they off. But I think we're still trying to hold Marvin to a higher ceiling. Like, he is another one of these fading vets. I can't imagine having Marvin Vettori in the UFC in another 2 years. I think he's kind of getting there. He's certainly put in his fucking time. And he'd get destroyed at 205 all day. He'd get fucking destroyed. Then he would actually start to get knocked out in fucking Italian CTE. Izzy, I'm your rival. That motherfucker had me dying. His highest moment in his fight career was his loss to Izzy, and Izzy put him in his place on that shit. Fuck. I'm your rival. Oh, Izzy cooked him too. But I am going to say this. He's tough. I'm going to respect just money line Bruno. No one's finishing Vettori, but I do have Vettori getting upset here. I know he's going to have that size and that grappling advantage, but man, I think it's a shot that busts Marvin up. And we start to see some blood, and it's a fucking elbow, it's a knee. It's something that just human naturally is like, ouch. And then he, maybe offers himself up as a submission. So the official pick on Tapology was round 2 submission. It wouldn't be because I don't like Bruno in round 3 either. You see where I'm getting at here? I have flowers to Marvin in this fight. I understand that's where the flock of seagulls is, but I'm over here saying this is going to be a leg buster for a lot of people. This is the fight right here. Because no one's going to be betting their under overs for distance knowing this, right? Not with Marvin. Well, again, if Bruno gets this fight done, I think I would bet it from a money line standpoint, respecting Marvin. But my official prediction is Bruno wins this fight with a submission round 2. If we see a third round, I don't like Bruno's fucking chances of winning the fight. It's either going to a Marvin decision or... Dude, he's even live for his own fucking submission, to be real with you. Now, that prop might be fucking stupid and worth like a very small sprinkle, but... Yeah, I like Bruno by finish, knockout submission. I think this is like going to be that crazy fucking oh shit moment, you know. He finally lost it. Fucking Calvin Gastelum chin. All right. Looking forward to this fight. Should have been pulling these up a little bit more as well. Oh, I'm not even updating the right graphic, you motherfuckers. Good job, Lethal. Good job, fucking technical remote assistance. Not keeping me on time. Fucking you, dog. Hope work's going good for you. You gotta pull up. Where am I at here? Yeah. See, I do this shit. I get over here and I'm pulling it up and I'm expanding the fights, and you guys weren't getting shit. So there we go. Let's do this a little better. Huh? I set this up for a reason. So there we go. We got the Black Wolf. Absolute fucking crazy fighter in the sense of you really got to put him out of there. Because you can't leave him in the fight. He's going for it. He's giving all he's got. He's hitting his gas pedal. But he could fucking take it too. So the fight with Mata was absolutely fucking crazy. And yeah, we got the fucking finish. We got the win, right? So yeah, got the knockout. That cashed pretty hard for me. I'm not going to lie. That one was parlayed. I took it straight up and we took finish. So I took like 3 different bets off that fight. That worked great. So I've faded Faraz in like every one of his fucking fights just about. And the guy's good. He's getting all these, he's getting some decisions, but in these fights, he's working these fucking clinch knees and his length, his snap. He's absolutely fucking a sniper, you know what I mean? So he's got that technicality. He's good. I understand why he's a slight favorite, respecting both his jiu-jitsu and his striking, but nah, fuck it. Give me Nazim. Give me violence. Give me something spectacular. Edge of the octagon. Rips to the body. Connects with the right hand to the head. And it's one in the pocket with Nazim just going crazy like he did with fucking Mata. I think that fight kind of starts to ingrain a fight style DNA. This thing that they just are known for. Poatana's left hook. Nazim's just gunfighting. That's his thing. All right, so this is another big fight here. We got Macy Barber making her big return. And, I made this example with somebody earlier, but I basically was talking like, there's 2 big fights like this on the card. There's the Jalen Turner losing the fucking morality in the fight game, and then Macy just losing herself, her own health. Both trying to make that big return, that big mystery, that big question. It's like, can you get back in there and compete at that level and uphold yourself? And I think this is a wonderful opponent for Macy Barber. This is someone who is, in their own regard, a little dangerous early in the fight, who's certainly going to make us all see if, can Macy Barber take damage again? Can she take punches? Can she get slightly fucking choked? Like, what happens if Macy Barber's in some fucking, I don't know, like some kind of rare naked choke that's, 15 seconds and you hear the fucking clap and, you hear that a couple times in the fight, but you hear that clap and Macy gets up, face fucking purple. She's gonna fucking have a seizure, something terrible. I hate to say that, but it's kind of fucking true. Like, my life has been also altered by a random event or something like that a few times that makes you think of everything fucking different. And I was in the midst of training and very active, and it was a very saddening time in my life. College, my job, all those things kind of fell apart because it wasn't safe for me to even operate a motor vehicle for a very short period, right? It was more like questions that never got answered, and I've been fine basically ever since. But with, that uncertainty, I don't know the specifics of Macy's shit, other than she did a very dumb thing to do in the midst of your fight career, get implants, And then all the fucking health issues start happening. So, dude, like, fucking Macy, fantastic when she is fighting. And her fucking rhythm, her timing, and she's getting that natural, crowd ramp. Everyone's cheering for Barber a lot of her fights, right? She's not really the one getting booed much. She starts to fucking turn it up. So it's either a Macy decision win after rounds 2 and 3, or it's a Silva finish in the first 2. Really weird fight. I'll may even take this leg, and defending, women's MMA finish props are typically pretty high also. Might play the distance prop there, yes and no. Make the same 4-leg, 5-leg, and play both yes and no as a booster, because I bet you this fight by finish, it's got to be plus 250, 200. My props here are going to update in just a moment. I can verify. Probably already updated, but we busy now, But, yeah, give me Silva to take this fight. I think she does get the finish, or else Macy's proven that I can trust her again. I'm not overconfident anybody returning on those circumstances there. I'll take interesting in someone's morality that's very talented and just needing to maybe take a step back and look at it and understand a few things, get their shit together, and then come back, or whatever that is. I'll take that all day over fucking health issues. So, yeah. Best of luck to Macy, though. Hope she wins. Hope she shows up and makes my pick wrong. I'd be very happy to have that pick wrong. Moving up the card. Again, big fan, big friend of the channel. Oh, sorry, I'm on. Yeah. I thought I already gave the breakdown for Terrence McKinney, Duncan. I was probably just ranting. Let's officially break this down. Here's all I'll tell you how I think the fight actually goes. So McKinney is an underdog here. I think that's a lot to do with the fact that Duncan, he's getting impressive finishes, but he's showing that he's reversing fights. Like, he's getting a lot of adversity. He survives the storm. Then he's getting it done too, right? McKinney, he's not really surviving storms. He's the one inflicting them. He's the one casting them, My boy's out here fucking Zeus, throwing storms at everybody. But he can get zapped too. And again, I got nothing but love and respect for this dude. That is the thing that we all want to know about this fight. That makes it one of the most exciting fights on the whole card, is in respects to Chris Duncan being a killer in his own regard. This is just a banger alert. And these are two guys that are going to do everything that it takes to get this W. And in the last 5 fights, they've each won 4 of them. So it's going to keep a lot of that steam, that momentum. Duncan would advance to a 4-fight streak, McKinney 3. And at that point, yeah, I'm expecting these guys pop up, Paramount, big fight night, or, something where we're traveling more and getting these guys out there, because they're also both pretty solid public faces. But again, McKinney, hard not to be a fan of our friend T-Rex. Dude's absolutely out here after it. It would be an honor to link up with you on those cards. I got some sick fucking McKinney rookie. You got the Panini 30-year anniversary rookies, and just some rare, just really solid shit of his. So the out of 30s, they're all out of 30, right? 30-year anniversary. But yeah, do an interview with him, see how life is. Dude's obviously gives it all to God, and it's really shaped him and where he is in his fight career. So he'll grab the mic and say it first, right there. But he's after it. I'm rooting for him. Fight to end by finish all day is the safest prop on that fight. That will not go to the judges. All fucking day, fight by finish. But I'm picking and rooting for the underdog in Terrence McKinney in that one. Not a bad underdog either, by the way, because even if you got Duncan, you kind of have to admit it's against someone dangerous enough to make you think, well, the bet's almost like a coin flip. It can go this way or that way, right? Terrence McKinney by finish, or him getting finished. So you got to respect it. He's a good underdog in this spot for sure. I'll ride with 30% of the people that think he gets it done, though. I think McKinney hurts him with the hands, and Duncan's tough surviving, but then McKinney advances to the submission. Ground and pound might even open up something, but yeah, I think McKinney beats him. Duncan's too tough for his own good. McKinney ends up getting a submission on him. Finally ends his fucking misery because I expect there to be some blood. Definitely some big tunks, some big knocks, some big dings. So, all right, moving up the card, you got fucking Grant Dawson taking on Manuel Torres. Torres, very tough fighter for me, right? See this loss right here against Ignacio? I thought he could do it, and I'm a huge fucking Ignacio fan. But man, Torres was just a little bit more undeniable, and Ignacio has his highs and his lows, as we've seen recently too, especially, right? So I was more like definitive, like this Torres guy is going to be another one of these top guys. Discovered that's obviously not quite the case, but he's still fucking there. He's a first round killer. He gets it done. And Grant Dawson, we've seen get hurt by the likes of another friend of the channel, King Green, Bobby Green. So if, no offense, if a volume and a technical striker like Bobby can get it done, then I absolutely expect that Manuel and his chaos, crazy flurry, first round, killer be killed kind of mentality of fighting couldn't also get it done. But, Dawson's going to be, one of our white Khabibs. He's one of the MMA guys that, funny enough, compared to all these other all-American wrestlers, he does hold it down. Probably one of the best out of these U.S. chads out here trying to be fucking wrestlers and strike a little bit. It's just like most of these other wrestlers, too. He's not immune to the big shots that hurt him and put him out in his own regard. So that's where I respect the power and the finish capability of Manuel. Give me him by knockout. Give me a knockout in the first round. But if this fight's going to a second, third round, then I expect this to be a Dawson fight. I expect this to be control time and maybe a submission in his own regard too. I can't see him quite winning in the striking department. Even off fucking Manuel's back, he's going to be throwing some shit. But Dawson, as long as he's working from the back and keeping the pressure down, threatening, different submission attempts and things, getting that control time, could actually be pretty solid there too. But notice he is the favorite going into this fight. So especially I like getting Manuel just by money line. And then as the fight goes on, you can maybe see that prop flip for Dawson. If he's losing that first round, you might get a way better prop on Dawson. Like maybe we're getting second round Dawson plus 300. Sometimes I play both sides of a fight to guarantee I get money because we don't get draws in MMA. So I like live props in that regard, but that's the way I see it. It's either going to be a first round finish for Manuel or, yeah, Dawson is, showing that he's swimming with the sharks and out there in the deep waters dragging Torres into a world that he doesn't want to be in because his pressure is solid. So kind of mixed feelings for Dawson. I like him, but I also respect his limits and where he's been before, and that's where I think Manuel is going to capitalize. So another fight that I'm going to go against probably the vast majority on, but a lot of people still pretty high on Jan. Yuri's kind of taken that original spot that this man used to hold for the UFC, being that fucking big ass European 205er that just clubbing fuckers, that legendary Polish power was a very fun era. But Jan, just, you got to give the guy his flowers, putting away Izzy, just having a good little stint until it wasn't so hot. The injuries, the shoulder injuries and different things that he suffered, kind of made him step out, and he's come in, he's done good. He puts his left foot out, he puts his right foot in, he shakes it all about. Fucking playing the goddamn hokey pokey at 205 here. And so now he's finally declining that top 5 because it's full of killers in its own regard. And Bogdan is entering the battlefield. And I like this guy. I grew up playing Mortal Kombat, and Baraka was always one of these motherfuckers that I swear the AI was programmed so good for Baraka that you could just be fucking off, trying different fighters, spamming a spell, having fun, but all of a sudden you're getting scissor fucking sliced up for 40% of your HP. So when I look at Bogdan, he's out here. His grappling is very good, and you just got to look at where Walter Walker is and imagine where he would be without someone like Bogdan showing him at a high level sparring, training expertise. He's got ground killer mentality. He's not playing nice. He's trying to break your bones. He's trying to get submissions. He's a fucking asshole. And so I could see Bogdan being a good heel going into Paramount 2026. Bogdan, Baraka goes pretty, good together. So I might have to make a little graphic for my boy this weekend. And yeah, let's go Baraka. Let's go Baraka by submission. Let's go Baraka by submissions. I'm staying away from round prop. But yeah, I just, again, the flock of seagulls is right here with Jan. High level striker, high level grappling, right? He doesn't get fucking bullied by nobody. But I think it's a powerful shot from Bogdan that sets this up. Something that just fucking hurts Jan that's taking him. He's so fucking tough for his own good. Riding out some of those shots damage. Bogdan setting up, positioning, advancing. And we're getting a choke. We're going to the ground. We're getting swept. Takedown complete. Whatever that looks like by Bogdan, we're going to the ground. And, yeah, he'll be off the back getting a rear naked choke. My prediction on that's round 1 or 2. And we cash. Next fight on the card, we got Henry Cejudo taking on Peyton Talbot. Let me keep these graphics fucking updated now. And what an interesting fight. Talbot, I've never seen someone have so much fucking aura and lose it so quickly. Because even in his follow-up fight, I was expecting the, first round knockout, quick interview. Yeah, guys, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Like, I fell off my skateboard the week I was training and fucking broke my ankle, but I didn't want to call it to play, whatever. I just was expecting Talbot to come back and just, but, he's trying to level up and he's trying to learn things. And he's going against a guy who's been doing those things for a very fucking long time. And so here is the mental block that is very live in Talbot's fucking brain that's all about wrestling. And then you're fighting a gold medalist, multi-weight class champion, Hall of Famer, don't give a fuck what he looks like currently. I'm talking when he was trying to do his money ploy and leaving. That's Cejudo. And that's where I give him his flowers. I have not been liking Cejudo at all since he's tried to come back. It all started with his social medias with O'Malley. I'm laughing. I'm teasing the idea because I wanted to see Cejudo get punted like a fucking football by one of those kicks from O'Malley. And so now you have about as equally as a gay counterpart in Peyton Talbot as O'Malley. And I think he's fully capable of fucking sending it and just hitting a knockout in Cejudo. And I know that's crazy to say. Cejudo's got a big old fucking brick head that just the equator part of where that jaw is from just does not give a fuck about your shots. But I think Talbot possesses a certain kind of power when he's able to let go and have that ability early in the fight, mind you. I don't see this happening. I don't even see this happening third round. Like, it's got to be a first 2 round kind of thing for Talbot. Because if we're going to grinding, judging, wrestling, kind of like a lot of this card, if we're going that way, we're probably going to the judges, and more than likely Cejudo had a night. But Talbot could just be winning on damage while Cejudo's winning on control time. And it could just be really weird going to the judges. But, no. I'm going to take Talbot. Distant props are going to be suicidal because of how tough Cejudo is, but if it's high enough, I might just look at the knockout prop by Talbot. But to be mega safe, it's just Peyton Talbot's a great parlay piece this week, and we move on. If you're a triple C believer, you could take him. He's triple L right now, and this would be his fourth loss in a row if he took it. And I don't like him coming back, so I move on. All right, here we fucking go. One of my favorite fighters of all fucking time, Brandon Moreno. I know. He's not. Like, there's so many, like, higher caliber level of fighters, right? Moreno's definitely human. He has a share of losses, but it's from his journey of why he began fighting to why he continued fighting and taking it a whole new journey, a whole new path when he became a father. His humbleness and character, his kindness and nature. But when you look at his physique, okay, you wouldn't even, in some cases, maybe even know this guy was a professional fighter. But he gets in the octagon, and I think he has like the biggest bite for the size of the dog in the entire company. Like, I think he's very fucking grit. He's tough. He's gonna fucking throw with you, box with you. He's good, calculated. His timing's nice. He's good about his reads. Watch Moreno's eyes when he's in these like little sequences. Follow his eyes. He is very much in like a download status. And then when it's go time, it's go time. He's good in both worlds and generally can survive and do well in whatever area the fight it's going to, ground or on the feet. Tacho Taira, I'm a big fan of this guy too. I think that he is a future champion, but Moreno has that experience on him. He's got the striking on him, and he's just going to have a lot of areas of expertise that Tatsuro's not as familiar with in terms of where the fight starts, and that's on the feet. If Moreno's getting off with his kicks and his boxing, Tatsuro could be having a hard time. And we know that when he closes the gap and can get the fight to the ground, he flourishes. We've never seen him even remotely close to being worried about getting outdone in the technicality or just on the ground, really, right, from a fighting standpoint. But Moreno is literally one of the top of the guys in the division with this skill set, just like Pantoja, just like Ravel. He's one of those founding fathers of this goat shit at flyweight. So this is a absolutely huge and early test for Tatsuro Taira. So despite being a big fan of the kid, despite this being my first ever fight picking against him, I got to rep my boy, and I got to believe that he's got some more in the chamber and he can send it. He's taking the time away. He's nerded out. Mikey, Legos, Pokemon, being a family man, all these things. And I say that because, man, sometimes the biggest nerds out there that have that thing that take them away from fighting, especially like the quality of a recovery and doing things outside the gym. I think it's just a constant refresher for him and his family. Loving being a dad, always wanting to do more. He's very engaged, very much family man. So again, much like how I said, his journey very much took a certain trajectory when he became a father. What's this return look like, man? Like, we've seen these like primordial father figures like Dubrov's go on absolute fucking runs. You know what I mean? So Moreno had a chance to dial back, look at everything, say, all right, I'm giving this my last shot. His family's all behind him. Everyone that's ever supported him for the most part is behind him, knowing that, this is likely his last go at this shit. So I'm going to be part of that as well. Go Moreno. I don't even know if he's a plus dog. Yeah, Moreno. 61% on Tapology going Moreno. Odds are near even. He opened as a dog with Tatsuro Taira from the props I was seeing being the obvious favorite at like 70%. But yeah, I'm going to go Moreno. I think he's just more well-rounded and makes Tatsuro struggle on the feet. Like Tatsuro, if you're able to shove off his grappling and force him to strike and work different angles and keep it on the feet, he's very powerful and athletic. Sure, he could hurt Moreno all day. Anyone could get hurt by Tatsuro when he's throwing the way that he wants to throw. He's very athletic and just trains all the fucking time. He's got that snap too, right? End of his kicks and his punches, but he can't mix it like Moreno. He doesn't have that volume. And a lot of these flyweights aren't hitting these one-hitter quitters, man. They're working up combinations. So outside of the grappling of Tatsuro, he's got a lot to show me with his striking. And I just have too much respect for Moreno's ability to ace it. So McKinney, great dog. Moreno, a great dog. On your money, on your bet sheets, even if Tapology has Moreno, a lot of bookies still have Tatsuro as a favorite from what I had seen. So definitely it's going to be one of my dog of the card right there, Brandon Moreno. But we'll see if he's still a dog come way in. I think everything updates and it's no longer near even. It's like Moreno negative 110 or something, money line, which is how I take Moreno. You got to respect how he gets it done, however, and when he can't, by finish. All right, so going to be a good ass fight. Tatsuro Taira will be here for a while longer, and I do believe he becomes future champ too. So if not, it's a beautiful torch pass from one of my favorite fighters to one of my favorite upcoming fighters, right? So kind of like, again, Volk and Diego, it's sometimes beautiful to see these vets pass on that torch. So guys that you both like hate to see fight, this is definitely one of those. I wish they didn't have to fight each other, but instead we're fucking up somebody else on the card, and I could parlay my boys together and root them both on. It's a very heartbreaking thing when you get really, emotionally connected through trading cards and just fighter personalities, and it's a tough thing. It definitely, you can't say that there's no biasism and swing one way or the other when you're at a crossroad like that. Again, I give Tatsuro Taira his flowers if he gets it done early, both dry. As the fight ensues, second, third round, I got to assume Moreno's just showing us that there's levels to this still that Tatsuro is learning and growing in. So moving up the card, finally onto our co-main event. Alexandra Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. Pantoja's right there with Mighty Mouse for me, right? He's absolutely fucking crushing it, but I'm not been the most impressed with the levels of some of these guys that he's fighting to. Kai was very forced. Asakura is good, but versus some of these other UFC guys, we're seeing that, no, he's probably lower than where we thought he was by far, right? Kind of probably one of the saddest entries for such a highly popular prospect. Like, he was the Conor McGregor of Asia, right? Of Japan, and he just nope. So anyways, Joshua Van's definitely got a lot of hype on him. A lot of people are into this guy. I like Joshua Van a lot too. He was one of my favorite guys when he was making his entrance into UFC. I was always rooting him on. Made the jokes about there needing to be like an atom weight for him, but grit, gamey, huge volume, takes it, gives it, fights the whole fucking fight kind of shit for you. And that's all great. But a lot of these guys try to scrap with Van, and we're getting to see him on the feet. But you're not taking these loaded vices like Pantoja and just making them scrap the whole time. They're finding their entrance. They're getting their takedowns. Van, more dominant with his hands, but not big power. Death by 1,000 cuts. That's the volume that wears and starts to slowly break apart his opponents. And then he's getting TKO finishes, right? Pantoja, one of the greatest chins out there, period. Just like Marvin and Galvin, which is crazy because I'm fading one of those, right? But Bruno also doesn't throw like Van for his division. He very much was like the old school Figgy, knocking motherfuckers out all the time, so using his hands. So Pantoja, the fucking pressure's there, the 5-round. Yeah, he'll actually kind of bounce back and forth in the fight between more like I don't want to call it a recovery round, but where he's going to play more defensively and get his steam back, and then have another round where he starts to hit that gas pedal and accumulate that damage and start to wrestle a lot more for these submissions and just going into his fucking stool working, fucking sweating, and just having a fucking war, but eating everything like cereal. You can't tell me Van knocks out Pantoja unless it was some crazy, like, again, he wouldn't throw this, but like a spinning back elbow, a spinning back fist. Can't imagine him doing that. He's going to keep it very forward, not give up his back. That'd be scary as fucking do against Pantoja. And that's just really not him, right? He uses that boxing, works his jabs very well into his little hooks and body work, rips to the body great. So I like fucking Joshua Van. Another tough fight for me, but man, respect where credit's due. Pantoja, give him to me by money line, just respecting how he's able to get it done in general. The prop can't be too bad there. Tapology negative 230 is very safe. Because it could happen either way, man. He could get a submission, which is how I think he gets it in the first 3 rounds, or start to actually break Joshua Van, just being able to still throw with his own conviction and eat some very high-level shots that Josh isn't capable of throwing. So it's got to be like a knee timing, like the entrance of Pantoja, sending a full fucking sail knee, or I just can't see Van getting it done by a finish, man. And he's definitely not going to get a submission. So, yeah, give me Pantoja. That'll be your co-main event. Moving into your main event, we got my buddy. Again, we mentioned earlier, got to meet this legend at UFC 300, MERAB. No, I've never always picked MERAB. It was a very emotional pick for me against Umar. He was injured going into it, too active. I didn't like it. I thought they were just taking the perfect time and advantage over MERAB and getting that fight just so that team could look even cooler. And I messaged him telling him that it hurt me to make my pick sheet that week, but I believe that he was still alive in it at least. So he's tough. He's good. If there was 10-round fights, he'd be champion of that too. But he's taken on a very hungry and eager opponent in Petr Yan, who knows that this is his last opportunity. At this level, for the belt, it's only probably downhill from here. And I mean, and when I say downhill, he'll still be around top 10 all day. But I can't see Petr Yan holding top 5 against all these guys that are coming up at him right now. There's some dangerous ones. Manuel Cap. You got... still Tatsuro Taira, still Brandon Royval. I don't know why I'm talking about fucking flyweights all of a sudden. Who do we got here at bantamweight? Yeah, we got a bunch of fucking killer bantamweights too. Fuck it, Peyton Talbot, throw his ass out there. A lot of times they do these fights because they do exactly that, right? They get those next guys they're thinking on deck ready to cross and make the war room here to there marker. And we could totally see a Petr Yan versus Talbot if he doesn't win this fight and become the champion, obviously. The odds got to be against Yan. I haven't even looked yet. It's got to be... Oh, yeah. He's fucking 9% on Tapology, so that's rough. That's a very rough day at the office if you're Petr Yan. But those are going to make for some fucking killer props if you really want to bet on him. He might be worth a sprinkle for sure. I mean, honestly. But MERAB is such a fucking goat, dude. I'm not worried about his cardio. I'm not worried about Jan's power. I mean, Jan does hit knockouts and he hurts his past opponents. But that's like older Jan too. Jan's also had to stop from being so active and is no longer top of the throne. And I think that morality piece for Jan took a hit. So he's made up for it. He's taken that time, gained that self-belief and confidence again, you could see. I remember watching some Jan YouTube videos where he you could tell he was like finding that belief again. And yeah, he's been looking fucking fantastic since. So this will still be a fight. Jan will still maybe even win. I'm going to give him at most 2 rounds. I think sincerely Jan might win a round. MERAB will wrestle because Jan cannot keep this fight to the feet. MERAB will take Petr down. And Jan will eventually get up, and MERAB just takes him down again. Not really, angling his knees, his striking, mauls around, does a little bit. But he's rather focused on wrist control and grappling and control time because he doesn't want Jan to be able to peel and turn away and make this a reset. The kicks from Jan do play a factor here, big time. But it's always the hands of Petr Yan is boxing. And I think MERAB isn't invincible when it comes to wearing damage. Like, he can get a little bloody, he can get a little beat up too. So knowing that MERAB's not quite a finisher, and this is 5 rounds for Jan to have various moments of at least starting the fight on the feet. You know what I mean? Could be something spectacular. So I've been seeing some Jan movement, very little, but might be worth a sprinkle if it's super high, but I got to go MERAB. And with that, that's going to go ahead and conclude our UFC 323. Lethal in the chat. We both were kind of recapping earlier this year. We had a both very great year. Definitely a record year for me. Lethal seeming to be very happy with his profits as well. So we've had a good time. So catching up on chat here real quick. Yeah. Thanks for tapping in, Lethal. Anyways, hope you're having a good day at work. And thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please give MMA Toad and Lethaltoad MMA both on YouTube. Follow, like, comment, subscribe. I'll have the video up in both locations, so would appreciate the support there. And I'm gonna probably do more in-depth fight breakdowns, content, do more of my card collection again. It's busy work but enjoyable, and I like to organize and keep my collection sharp and maybe get some grading done. Very happy with the cards I have. Would like to get some grading done at some point, so rather sooner than later, right? Earlier the better, if you're confident that that's the card that you want to get graded. There's a lot of metal cards out there that I'm happy with. A card without the grade, it's just beautiful. And they're so picky to be a 10. I'd rather just enjoy it without a grade even. But I haven't really been doing much in the cards. Enjoying life, touching grass, like I said, going out, doing a lot of disc golf. Got a good set of disc in the mail. Got a tech disc coming, so I can actually practice all my swings. So a lot of these profits from our fights, guys, has allowed me just to kind of enjoy the indoors. I'm going to be setting up a disc golf simulator. I got a projector already for it, and the nets in the mail too with the tech disc. So I'll be able to rip and throw different kind of styles of throws, like forehand flicks and fucking backhand rips, and use this tech disc to figure out trajectory and just kind of have some fun there and play simulator golf. So it'd be a good ass time. So might stream that. Might stream some some Project Diablo. Lethal and I will have our weigh-in show sometime my time Friday night. He'll let me know what time works for him, his Saturday, but it'll be my Friday, and we might just shoot the shit there. Good time to go over bets, build a parlay. I'd love to do one where I have a leg and get some other people involved. You pick a leg, like we all pick our favorite props and parlay them together. Make little 3, 4, or 5 leg parlays. Would be a fun community thing. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to keep the live stream rolling, but I'm going to get this YouTube video posted for now. So if you want to shoot the shit and just chill longer, go check out a live stream sometime. That footage is always available too at MMA Toad. So, and we're live on Twitch now as well. And the other streams will probably transition and use Twitch and Kick for some of the gaming stuff as well. So maybe just use some of my older channels that I once upon a time did a lot with, trying to bring some of that community and people back from the dead to see who's up to what nowadays and just shoot the shit, talk fights, all those kind of things as well. So that's going to do the pod for me. Makes sense. I had a lot of time hanging out, ranting, having fun, talking over bets, yada, yada, yada. A little over an hour. Perfect timing, hour 5 minutes. So thank you guys so much again. We'll look forward to it. Check me outside. How about that? We got the pro schmo, Dana Black Dino driving the ship. Wonderful conductor over there. Doing their fight analysis, breakdowns, and all those kind of things. They hit me up. And yeah, sounds like we'll be on tomorrow night. So check us out there if you get a chance. Much love. As always, we'll catch you. Fucking peace out, boys.